Sorry, you guys. I was reading something. I'm going to have to cut that out. Okay. So I wanted to get on and say Happy New Year for everybody that's celebrating. I want to say I've had a wonderful year this year on YouTube. I have had like 250,000 views over that. It's been over that now. Thank you so much for watching my channel. I've had some major um, spiritual awakenings on here with the angel numbers, with the narcissists, with all this stuff that I'm learning. And I wanted to teach you one thing that I've learned when I first began my spiritual journey. And it was that we're all one. And I believe this differently than other people. But what they mean by all is one and watch what we say is because, say, if you see somebody walking and you think they're fat or they're ugly or whatever you think, because we're all judging people, then your subconscious mind, your unconscious mind thinks it's you because we are all one. Watch what you say. So if you say you are a piece of whatever, then your subconscious mind says yes. If you say, oh, they're fat, your unconscious mind doesn't hear they're fat, it hears you're fat. So anything that you say out in the world, like me, I actually say this. You can ask my family, my kids, anything. I am a kind, loving person because I believe that I'm a kind, loving person. Not that I'm perfect, but I'm a kind, loving person. But I try to say to myself, you are perfect, everything's fine. Give yourself grace. If I feel like I've done something wrong, I give myself grace. I don't blame myself. I don't say, oh my gosh, you're a bad person and you're a piece of. No, I don't do any of that because unconscious mind knows what you're saying. And it also knows, because we're all one, what you're saying about other people. So if you sit around and talk about other people, about they're fat, they're ugly, they think they're this or that or whatever, this is all you. It all is becoming of you. And because I have said in my life, kind, loving, compassionate person, I reflect that into the world. Everything's always working out for me, and it does. Your unconscious mind only listens to what you say. So I know a lot of people, when I see, I'm like, oh my gosh, look at all the wonderful things you've done, all the potential that you have, how beautiful you are, how you have done this and you have done that in your life, whatever accomplishment you have. Because you're putting that out there, you get that back. The universe, God, your unconscious mind believes you're talking to you. So if you're saying, hi, you're in a bad mood, then your unconscious mind is like, oh, you're in a bad mood. Your unconscious mind only believes what you speak out. So if you say, you're a piece of crap, then the universe says, yeah, you are. But if you say, oh, look how beautiful you are. You're so gorgeous today. You have such a good attitude today. Everything's working out so well for you. And then just saying it to another person, look how creative you are. Look how beautiful you are. You're losing so much weight. You're looking so good. The universe only comes back to you and says, oh, well, I'm losing weight. I'm a great da-da-da-da-da. Because we're all one. So when I first woke up spiritually, this is one of the things I learned is whatever you speak out and what it says in the Bible, what do we speak out our words, then this is what we have in our life. So I say, I have a beautiful house, I have a beautiful car, I have lots of money. I always have money that comes in. I don't have lots of money, but I always have money I can depend on. I always don't do without. But I also tell myself that. And here's the thing. I was talking to my daughter the other day, and I remember saying years ago, oh my gosh, I wonder if I'll have the money for this next week, or I wonder if I'll have the money for that next week. And I dropped that, and it was like, I always have the money for everything that I need. Now, I don't have $1 million. I don't need $1 million. But if I need a coffee today, or I need gas, or I need food today, it's always there. Because we actually just need, you know how it says in the Bible, like, just give us what we need today, because we only need, you don't need $1 million today. You can't even spend $1 million in today. But say you need, I always have the money for me, what I need, and maybe my daughter or my son, you know, my son could come up and say, well, I need $20, or can you buy me this? And I seem to have the money. It's because I've changed my belief system to I can have. I can have. And I also say, if my family or a friend or somebody says they're trying to accomplish something, I'm like, oh my gosh, you can do it. It's great. It's amazing. Just keep going. Everything's working out for you. And because of this, my unconscious mind says, you're doing it. You can do it. Everything's working out for you. Because anything that you say out in the world, it just believes it's you. We are all one. So when you speak out and you're like, you see the guy going down the street and he pulls in front of you and you're like, you piece of shit, you ugly whatever. And you're like, then God's like, okay, you ugly piece of shit. I know it sounds weird, but we're all one. Yes, I've had people, I've said it a million times, and I've had people run in front of me and, you know, what's wrong with you? And here's another one. What's wrong with you? I love what my son says, because he doesn't say what's wrong with you. He says, who hurt you? Because when other people try to hurt people, they want to hurt people. So if you are hurt, then they're like hurting other people. Hurt people hurt people. But I love when he says this. He says, who hurt you? Who hurt you? It could have been your mom, your dad, or whoever. And it doesn't really matter who hurt you. You can just speak your truth now. I am healed. I am fine. I have a great life. I always have enough. Everything's always working out for me. And then, because say you were with your best friend, and your best friend was like, I want to write a book, and I want to go to Paris this year, and I want to do this. You want that for them so bad. You're just like, oh gosh, this sounds amazing. I can't wait till you do it. I can't wait till you get there and send me all the pictures, because you're so excited for them to do that. Your unconscious mind thinks that you're excited for all those things for you, for what you want. You might want to go to France, or you might want to go to Tennessee. It doesn't matter, but it's excited. If you're excited for other people, then it's excited for you. We are all one. Whatever we speak out, we bring in our life. That's one thing I had to remember, because I used to, this is years ago, like 15, 16 years ago, I used to say, there's something wrong with that person. There's something wrong with that person. There was always something wrong with me. And then when I decided to accept everyone how they are, and then just go ahead and say, whatever's happening in my life, it's all happening for good. And I lost my house, I lost my car, I lost my husband, I lost my job, I lost my business, all that stuff. It all came out to good. Now, at first I was crying and screaming, and I was like, what is going on? And this is not what I asked for. But then all of it became for good. And it all has today. I lived this whole better, beautiful life just by learning and trusting and saying good things into my life. And how you feel inside you about anybody is how your life looks outside you. My life is totally different right now than I've ever dreamed of. Bigger, better, not millions of dollars, but I always have what I want. I never do without. And I actually never thought I would get to that place. I always felt like I was the victim. I never had enough. Nobody ever's going to love me. I felt all those things. And then when I decided to say, no, I am love, I am health, I'm allowed to have whatever I want, and I'm allowed to be allowed to do it. And we have to allow ourselves to do it. A lot of people will say, well, you know, they're not allowed, or, you know, they don't believe that. And don't worry about other people. Like I said, once you worry about yourself, and because your unconscious mind, anything unconscious, believes what you say, not what anybody else says. Your neighbor could say all kinds of stuff, and it doesn't take that belief on. But if you say to your neighbor, you are a great, loving person, the universe hears you are the great loving person. If you if you say, man, you guys always help me out and you always are good to me, the universe hears you are always good to me. So this is one thing I learned, and I thought that would be great to bring in the new year with. Whatever you say to another person or to yourself, the unconscious mind hears it and then brings it out into your physical reality. I always say, I love my house. It's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful space for me to rest and feel abundant and, rested and healthy. And it is. I can just stay here all day and in the yard and just in the house. I can do that because I've made it a place that I love. And here's another thing, like we say, oh my gosh, we have to go to that job and it's a piece of crap and everybody there hates me and they're all against me. But if you change the way you think about it, it's like, this job is temporary. We don't always going to keep that job, but for now, I love it. It helps me. It keeps me fed. It keeps me warm because it's bringing in the money. And I just love that the people respect me most of the time. I mean, you can make up the stuff, but if you really believe that and turn it around, your unconscious mind will believe it and it will bring it out. Here's the thing. If the trick about getting a new job that loves you is if you love this job and say, I know that this is the job I have right now, but another better, loving, caring, more money jobs coming in, your unconscious mind is like, yeah, it is. Because God, the universe, your unconscious mind says one thing, and it is yes to anything you say. So if I say that neighbor is a piece of shit, then your unconscious mind says you're a piece of shit. But if I say, I have the best neighbors, I am so safe in my neighborhood, I have the best parents, my kids are wonderful, the universe says, yes, it is. I have so much money, I don't know what to do with. Yes. Yes. And the God, the universe, wants to give you everything you want, but you have to be the one to bring it in. And you have to allow it in. So if you're asking for all this stuff, health, love, money, then you have to eat right. You have to be a good steward with your money. You have to do all the right things because that's how the universe works. But it'll give you anything you want. If you speak it, you have to speak it and believe it. Believe that it's coming true. But that's one of the things I've learned because I used to talk bad about a lot of people. I used to gossip and I used to say things. And then I was like, I noticed that stuff was happening to me. And then I was like, no, I'm just going to start being on purpose. This is like 15 years ago, on purpose, being nice to everyone and see what happens. And people were being nice to me. People were giving me gifts. People were bringing me all the stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? Because you are the universe. You are your universe. You are one. And whatever you speak out, your unconscious mind hears, and you are the one that brings it in. I can't see. Let's see. Put message is on hold for review. My message is on hold for review. Okay. Well, I don't know why. I thought this was a good message. Hello. Thank you guys for coming on. I don't know why my message is on hold for review. Yeah, it's true. I believe that. And I didn't before. I just woke up spiritually, 15 years ago. And I've learned so much over the times. But one of the things I did learn early is I was a lot of judgment. I was judgment to my family and to people that I thought did wrong. And then I just started learning to accept them where they were. Maybe it was their journey to be on drugs or their journey to, do what they're doing. It had nothing to do with me. And then I just started blessing them and saying, oh, we'll help them find their way. I hope they get off. And I would help them if I could. If they asked me, I would 100% help them. And because of that, my whole life has changed. And I have been able to help people. I've coached people. I've led them to wonderful lives. I've led people to lose weight. I've led my own life to be so beautiful and abundant, and it doesn't have anything to be or do with like where you live or how much money you have. It has to do with how you feel inside, how you feel great and abundant, where you're at, and who you're around. Your inner being is what shines outside of you and creates this beautiful life that you have. Because you could be in the most beautifulest, gorgeous $1 million home and be somebody that feels judgmental and feels like crap. And I've met people like that and have a miserable life. So it's really up to you. But I've learned that since I have just been so abundant and been so full of loving and caring and compassion, my abundance outside of me has been a reflection of it. So I haven't actually went out and worked. I don't go out and work a lot. I work maybe 10 hours a week and I have like everything I want and more because I put messages out like this. And I also nourish myself and say, you know, you've got this, everything's okay, everything's paid, everything's always working out for you, and everything's always working out for my neighbor, and everything's always working out for anybody that comes in alignment with me. And because of that, everything works out. So this message is being on hold. I wonder why. I wonder, section 8. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, but I've seen that on my video before. So hello, nice to meet you. Thank you guys. I wanted to say that I have on my back end, I can see like all the people watching. I can't see your names or anything, but I can see like people are viewing my content and I appreciate it so much. I've had the best year ever on my YouTube. I'm going to put a link down because I have a manifestation video that I put out, and I'm selling cups now in little bags. I'm trying to make the t-shirt, but I haven't figured it out yet. And we're going to be doing some angel numbers and stuff like that. So, and here's another thing. You guys let me know what you want to hear from me. Let me know in the comments what you would like me to talk about. Anything about my life, anything about what you're going through spiritually or not spiritually. It doesn't have to be like that. I am a reseller also. So I do eBay, I do reselling. That's where a lot of my money comes from. And, but I woke up about 15 years ago through a divorce. And I was just like, why is my life like this? And this has brought me on this journey of discovering of myself and discovering on how I was speaking all this negativity in the world, and now I speak the positivity to everyone, and I just love everybody. I don't judge anybody. There's no reason to. And even myself, I will do something that I feel that's not right, and then I'll just say, okay, you didn't know. You didn't know. I give myself grace, and I just go on with it. All right, you guys, if you want me to talk about anything, put it down below. Thank you for being on here. I just wanted to get on here and say Happy New Year. Thank you so much for all of your views. I really appreciate it. And like I said, I'll be putting a link down and I'll try to get on here more. And I don't know what this means going under review, but we'll check it out. So I hope you can see it. You guys, I love you so much. Thank you for being here. I would not even have videos if it wasn't for you guys watching them. So I love you, love you, love you. Thank you. Namaste. Bye-bye. I don't know what it's asking me to ask a question. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure how to do this, you guys. Bye.